Good afternoon. I'm Miriam Grace Go, Rappler's Managing Editor, and you are watching Newsbreak Chats. Sa Newsbreak Chats, pinag-uusapan ng Rappler journalists kung paano namin binuo ang aming investigative and in-depth reports tungkol sa pinakamaiinit na issues sa bansa. We also share here the challenges we encounter and the insights we gain from pursuing those stories. Let me start with this quote. Your Honor, as much as possible, ayoko na pong sumagot ng hindi ko alam. Pero Your Honor, hindi ko po talaga alam. These are words that have given birth to so many memes lately, and we're talking about the public official who has said those words repeatedly in the Senate hearings. Alice Leal Guo, the mayor of Bamban, a small town in Tarlac, north of Metro Manila. Mayor Guo is in the spotlight now because she is suspected of being a Chinese asset, even a spy, and therefore a threat to national security. She happened to own several hectares of land where POGO operations were raided after having been found to engage in scam and illegal activities. Some of the biggest cyber attacks on the websites of Philippine government agencies were traced to these Bamban POGOs. Joining me today are the Rappler journalists who have been following the issue. Reporter Bons Magsambol covers the Senate, which is conducting the investigations into the POGO ops and Mayor Guo's background and role in all this. Joanne Manabat, our correspondent for Central Luzon, has been on the trail of these POGOs and had initially pieced together a picture of Mayor Guo's background. Bea Cupin, who covers the security sector and can give us an idea how the Bamban controversy fit in the bigger picture of how our authorities are dealing with POGOs and the influx and presence of Chinese nationals here. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Bawal dito ang walang natatandaan. So, Bons, give us a background of the investigations, how the probe started in the Senate, at paano tayo napapunta sa mayor ng Banban.
Okay. Siguro important to note dito that the Senate probe naman talaga was initially about the POGOs. Itong mga POGOs kasi for context din, si Senator Sherwin Gatchalian yung super against dun sa POGO. Like, through the years, throughout his Senate life, he has been filing bills para daw i-outlaw na tong, or tanggalin na talaga, iba na tong POGOs dito sa ating country. But then, itong recent raid na to, which happened around, I think, March, yung latest, yung na-raid kasi na yon, may mga documents and at the same time, yung mga sasakyan na nung ni-raid nila, yung mga documents, mga papeles na doon, pointing to the mayor herself. Na nakalink siya doon. Like, for example, itong Ford Expedition registered under Guo's name, na nakapark doon sa Baofu compound, kung saan located itong, or situated itong POGO na ating in question, or yun nga mga POGO na yon. And then aside from that, siguro yung daw kuryente or electricity bill, which is, di ba, si Mayor naman kung gagawa siya ng kakaibang mga bagay, sana nilinis na yun, bakit naman yung kuryente nakapangalan sa'yo, di ba? So, things like that. So, ito parang nag-raise to or nag-sound to ng alarm, of course, sa mga lawmakers natin, especially dito kay Gatchalian and kay Risa, Risa Ontiveros, kay Senator Risa Ontiveros, who chairs the Senate Committee on Women. Kasi itong pag-raid kasi na to, nakatayo to or linked to doon sa human trafficking and illegal detention. Kaya din talaga gusto nila na tanggalin na tong POGO at all. So yun nga, kaya tayo nandito ngayon sa mayor because all documents point to her. Yeah.
Siguro para mas malinaw sa ating mga taga-panood, no? So Tarlac, you have the municipality of Bamban, and within Bamban is what barangay?
Barangay Anupul.
Anupul. Barangay Anupul, and within Barangay Anupul is the Baofu compound.
That's right.
And Baofu compound had how many POGOs? And how many times has it been raided?
It has been raided officially twice.
Guys.
There were two POGOs. First is the Hongsheng Gaming Incorporated. It was raided in February 2023. And then there was the second raid last March 13, which is the Zunyuan Technology Incorporated.
Joanne has sources sa PAOK. Bakit nila to ni-raid? Kasi meron ng tips of illegal activities?
Yes, that's right. So initially, there was a Vietnamese. Ang pangalan niya, English name niya is Danny. He happens to escape the Baofu compound sometime in February 27 or 28, if I'm not mistaken. So during those times, he tried to escape from the Baofu compound and ended up in a private property of a residence, actually. And from there, he tried to seek help. Tapos dumating yung mga police officers, which yun nga, he was saying that he needs help. And that's where PAOK came in or the Presidential Anti-Organized Crime Commission came in to help Danny. And in the meantime, in between that time and until when was the Chinese New Year?
February.
Yes. So nung Chinese New Year, there was this Malaysian naman. Ang pangalan niya is there's
Si Malaysian.
Si Malaysian, yes. So the Malaysian has a friend, a Chinese friend, working inside Zunyuan na minit niya nung Chinese New Year. And then yun nga no, ang sabi ni Malaysian national, hindi siya pinalabas after that.
The visit. Oh.
After the visit, doon lang niya nalaman na kapalit niya is 300,000 pesos.
Para siyang
Pero
kinidnap.
yes, para siyang kinidnap. So, ang kapalit noon is 300 pesos nga. Tapos yung Chinese friend niya, yun yung lumabas. So, I remember the same story was being told before at the previous raids na similar
because
stories
you've
din.
been covering raids even in Metro Manila.
Yes po, that's right. And may palitan talaga na nagaganap. Para kung
Palit-ulo.
gusto mong lumabas dun sa Pogo, dapat may kapalit ka. Yes, that's right po.
Okay. Sige, ba't kasi siya bumisita? Hindi. Joke lang. Anyway, so, and then you've gone back to Bamban a few times. Hindi, teka muna, before that pala, yung tunnel na sinasabi ni Senator Gatchalian, there's a tunnel dun sa Baofu compound.
Yes, there's a tunnel which
Can you
apparently
describe?
we were not able to enter the tunnel because meron daw, dahil walang power nung nandun tayo, walang kuryente. And in order for us to get through the tunnel, parang may bubuksan na pinto.
From where to where? Yung tunnel?
So yung tunnel, it starts from the villas. There were 3 villas daw na merong parang basement going or leading to the tunnels. Na doon sa tunnel, meron din panic room. And from there, lalabas siya outside the premises of Zunyuan. Of the Baofu compound.
Okay. And then you've gone back to Banban since lumitaw yung pangalan ni Mayor. You've talked to residents whether they wanted to talk to you or not. So,
Yes.
tell us lang siguro yung atmosphere when the Bamban residents realized that their mayors are in a hot seat.
Initially, right after the raid, I went to the munisipyo just to check kung sinong pwedeng kausapin. But they already know that there was a raid that happened recently or nung kailan lang. And they're already hesitant. Ayaw na silang magpa-interview. I even asked for the number of the vice mayor, but parang iba yung number na binigay, but I couldn't get a hold of the vice mayor at that time. And after that, lumabas ako doon sa just the premises outside the Baofu compound and talked to initially the tricycle drivers and yung mga tindahan right in front of it. Nung una, ang alam nga nila, it was a mall. Ang alam nila, it's a Chinese mall na sila lang yung nakakapunta kasi nga hindi naman daw nila naiintindihan yung mga nakasulat doon ng mga restaurants, yung mga ganon. So, at first, they are hesitant to talk about what's inside because they don't really know.
Puro speculation siguro.
Puro speculations, yes. But then, parang nalaman nga nila na merong raid through social media. Doon na sila parang, sandali lang, hindi kami pwedeng magsalita.
So
Ayaw
they
namin.
didn't know that it was connected to the mayor?
Yes. And
Yes, they didn't know.
pareho.
Oh,
Some know, some hindi. Kasi nga, it's right behind the munisipyo and it was already raided nung February 2023. So sabi nila, ang speculations nila or allegations nila, hindi alam yan ni Mayor. Tapos pagtatanungin mo, so anong kwento? Paano niya nalaman? Anong connection ni ganito, ganyan? Tapos doon na sila hihinto. Ay, baka mamaya maano kami, ganyan. Ayaw namin na ano.
Pero do they love her? Kasi syempre we've been getting reports that quote-unquote well-fed yung mga tao sa Bamban, parang the services are really extended to them, and at the same time the local officials parang they are very, if not supportive, at least protective of the mayor.
Yes po. Yes, they love the mayor. Apparently, she's doing, according to the residents and the community there, she's doing really good as a mayor. In fact, one of the residents doon, na vendor doon sa palengke, said she gave a nego cart, parang negosyo cart, no, for free doon sa mga street vendors sa palengke para meron silang maliit na pwesto. And apart from that, or on top of that, meron pang 5,000 pesos extra puhunan. So, ganun siya mag-alaga daw ng mga constituents niya. And then, meron din, sinasabi nila, or there were reports na she promised during the campaign of giving them all 5,000 pesos plus grocery packs. And so I asked,
vote buying? When you
yes,
promise that pag nanalo ako, you'll all get 5,000, that's vote
but
buying.
it was mentioned. And then sabi ko, dun sa nakasakay ko sa jeep, sabi ko, totoo ba to? Ganito, ganyan. Sabi ko, saan ba pwedeng magtanong pa more about this? Tapos sabi niya, oo, totoo yan. Pero hindi niya binigay yung 5,000. Nung Christmas, binigay niya yung mga grocery pack. Sabi sa akin ganun. So, hindi totoo yung pinromise niya na 5,000. And yung mga nakasakay ko sa jeep, who are also residents of Bamban, while some are non-voters, are saying, oh yeah, she gave us parang per household the grocery packs, but no 5,000, sabi nga nila. And apart from that, meron siyang free school supplies, katulad ng mga ibang ginagawa ng mga LGUs din sa Pampanga. She's also taking care of the indigenous people daw, but I haven't seen any indigenous people there yet. So far when I visited Bamban, or every time I visit Bamban.
Nakarating ka dun sa hog farm na supposedly nilakihan niya, di ba? Anong nasilip mo at hanggang saan ka lang?
So pagdating ko doon sa, sabi nila na residence ni Mayor Alice, it's a pink gate. Yun daw ang isa sa mga entrance. Hindi lang daw yun yung mga gate doon. At wala akong nasilip kasi sarado.
At mataas yung pader.
Yes, mataas po yung pader. Tapos may mga CCTVs din na nakapaligid. Although there were also parang farm trucks na nakapark sa labas. Ang sabi naman ng mga neighbors niya na nakausap ko, hindi lang yun yung, although that's the initial parcel of lot that they purchased before, eventually nag-purchase na siya ng lots somewhere there. Kaya nagiging malaki yung property daw nila.
And you also discovered she had 2 or 3 other addresses, no?
Yes.
Na hindi sa Bamban. So doon tayo tutuloy, Bons, during the first Senate hearing where the mayor appeared, ano yung nagpataas ng antena natin? Kailangan niya natin tong ano?
Yeah, siguro yung mga inconsistencies dun sa mga testimonya niya. Like for example, ang dami. Actually, yung way niya to evade questions is, hindi ko po alam. Wala po akong alam. Actually, parang nga tayo, di ba? Parang, actually, ito yung ito yung pinakaunang Senate hearing since I covered the Senate, na parang yung mga tao sobrang interesado about it. Alam mo yun, parang yung mga tao na ginawang bonding yung panonood ng Senate hearing. Kasi,
penetration ng pop culture.
exactly. So,
Unheard
parang
of.
silang nanonood ng teleserye. Parang sila nagsosolve actually ng puzzle. Na parang,
Nakiki-imbestiga yung publiko.
diba?
no?
Parang sobrang
May
involved,
sariling
which is
theory.
a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Parang sobrang nila. So yun, ang daming inconsistencies. Una, parang sinasabi niya na wala siyang maalala at all sa kanyang childhood. Parang, di ba, kahit sino naman siguro sa atin matatandaan anong ginagawa when you were, for example, 10 years old. Sige, hindi na natin sisimulan yung kung kailan talaga siya pinanganak. Di ba, 1986. So parang hindi
we pointed that out in the first profile, di ba? Na parang she doesn't remember much of about her life
Life.
or her person, parang ganun.
Exactly. And then yun, so hindi niya talaga daw alam lahat talaga. Si Teacher Rubilin lang yung lagi niyang paulit-ulit na sinasabi. Lumaki po ako sa farm and I was homeschooled by Teacher Rubilin. Si Teacher Rubilin, hindi pa rin natin alam kung anong pagkatao niya, if she's
Or if
really
she
existing
exists.
or gawa-gawa lang talaga natin. Though ang dami na rin mga memes, of course, sa social media na naglalabas na sila daw si Teacher Rubilin. So that's for another story. And then another thing is yung personal background niya.
Yes.
Like, yung mga kapatid niya, una sinabi niya, hindi niya daw wala daw siyang kapatid.
Only child,
Love child. Siguro, though sa, di ba, ang dami inconsistency kasi ang dami niyang interview
Yeah.
prior tong Senate hearing. Like, for example, she appeared dito sa exclusive interview with Karen Davila, kung saan dun niya sinabi na love child siya, kasambahay, di ba? Yung ang nanay niya. And then wala daw siyang kilala, hindi niya daw kilala kung sino pang, daw may kapatid daw siya, pero hindi niya kilala sa ibang mother daw. And then itong recent na Senate hearing, may mga documents of course na pinresent si Senator Risa, siguro birth certificate, at least 2. Hindi pa natin alam kasi baka may iba pa pala siyang kapatid.
Parang, I just like to point out that yung granting an exclusive interview with Karen Davila was an attempt to control the narrative, di ba?
yeah.
Perhaps,
Oo,
yeah.
yan, na parang, kasi maybe thinking that Filipinos maaawa na, uy, anak sa labas yan, parang inapinyo, natural, magtatago siya ng identity niya. But there are more evidence kasi about questionable yung background. But it's not just may tinago ka kasi may nakakahiyang relationship yung parents mo, but ayan.
Yeah. And then siguro yun, mabuti that you pointed that out. Kasi throughout the hearing, lagi niya ding sinasabi ni Mayor Guo na, I wish I have a perfect family. Parang yun yung naging narrative niya to appeal, di ba, sa human emotion na, kaawaan niyo ko, wala akong ganitong perfect na family. That's why, anak ako sa labas, I grew up alone, di ba, secluded.
With Teacher
Rubilin sa isang farm.
Yeah,
Basically,
that's
she's
right.
trying to paint a picture na hindi
kawawa.
happy. Yeah, kawawa ako.
And she is. Even after the interview with Karen Davila, bumalik ako ng Bamban and check if nag-iba ba yung perception ng mga tao kay Mayor Alice. So I was checking if they were able to watch. Ang sabi nila, hindi namin natapos kasi nakakairita. Parang bakit niya tinatanong
Inaaway.
yung mga
Ganun.
ganun kay
Yeah.
Mayor? Bakit kailangan personal? Bakit niya kailangan sabihin na ganito, ganyan? Tapos sabi ko, pero ano ba, nakakaawa ba si Mayor para sa inyo? Why are you, bakit hindi nyo natapos? And eventually, yung parang teleserye feel na I think that's where, kasi Bamban is a quiet town. I
It's
mean,
a small town.
Yeah.
it's a really small town na nasa gitna siya ng component city, which is Mabalacat, and another productive town, which is Capas, also Interlac. So, Bamban, para siyang napag-iwanan, kumbaga, bakit ka nasa gitna? Sabi nga nila. So, that perception, because it's a quiet town, like, at 12 noon or at 10 a.m., wala na masyadong tao sa labas, even at the market. The market closes at around 12 noon, I think, or before that. And then it opens again at around 5 p.m. So, dumadami lang yung tao sa labas right around that time. And even then, the people there are always saying na, yes, we love the mayor. Why are you doing this to our mayor? Pag tinanggal nyo siya dito, kapag nasuspend siya, kapag dineport nyo siya, kawawa kami. Which is apparently true kasi nga, meron ng Jollibee daw. Meron ng Jollibee, meron ng McDo.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Pogo is there. But para sa kanila, it's a help towards their economy. But they're not really seeing what's behind. Even if you ask them, what if she's a Chinese asset? Hindi ba kayo threatened na baka mamaya they're trying to infiltrate through your town? Kasi nga, very quiet po yung Bamban. And then they were all saying, pag ganun yung usapan, medyo, they are taken aback by it.
Napapadalawang isip.
Yes. But they don't really want to speak about it. They don't want to put it on record. They want to be silent lang in the meantime kasi they still believe that the mayor is helping their town. Among all other mayors in comparison to the previous administrations, previous mayors, ganun lagi ang sinasabi. Sabi ko, bakit si previous mayor ba? Hindi ba ganito, ganyan?
Hindi ba sila, wala bang concern yung residents about the presence of a lot of Chinese people from the mainland. Magkaiba yung ang
Yeah.
kaklase mo, ang kapitbahay mo, Filipino-Chinese, kalaro mo yan, kaibigan mo.
Sabi nila, hindi sila nakakita ng Chinese. Even in
Hindi
McDo,
lumalabas.
even in Jollibee, they don't see Chinese. Sila lang. Kung meron daw mga Chinese, siguro mangilan, pero wala. They don't recall seeing any
So
one
nakakulong lahat sila sa Baofu
So
compound.
they don't
Apparently-
actually mingle with the local community.
Yes, because Pogos are self-contained, self-sustained, community.
Yeah.
Hindi sila lumalabas.
May restaurant sila sa loob. May...
Yeah. Yes.
And I think, sorry,
pool.
I'll just need like to point this out. Parang I think yung pinanggagalingan din ng mga resident themselves is parang, alam mo yun, yung nature ng mga Pinoy na hindi, just because hindi ka directly naapektuhan,
Or walang masama.
wala kang
namang
pakialam.
masamang
Yeah, di ba?
nangyari sa
Exactly.
kanila.
Or maaawa ka na lang.
Oo.
Parang, di ba? Yun naman talaga eh. Like, for example, yun, sa tingin nga nila, they're benefiting from the mayor. So, bakit hindi nila nakikita yung bigger picture or yung, di ba? Iba pang pwedeng possible na mangyari.
Pero nagpa-viral nga ngayon yung may mga YouTube vlog pala siya from before the controversy. Tapos napansin ko, she's very savvy about projecting herself as like one of them, but with an LV bag. You know, like
Yes, yes.
There's a way to create that persona, and I think she was able to. It's not surprising for me that there's that very close connection, despite the controversy that they're not just the mayor but the town is in, right? Pero nako-question na rin yung town mismo.
So, I was going to ask Bea next about yung mga Chinese, yung influx ng mga Chinese. But this interest kasi in the Pogos in Bamban and the fact that the mayor could be a Chinese from the mainland. It's within the larger context of the influx of Chinese people here.
Yeah. Siyempre,
And
not
then
to
the security threat, no?
not too long ago, right? The Philippines is very open to Pogos. The president, sorry, not the Philippines per se, but the former president Rodrigo Duterte was very open to Pogos. Dinefend niya pa at one point, di ba, na malinis daw, etc. But at the same time, like, I'm sure our viewers had seen yung mga viral videos of like crime na parang sometimes it's perfectly reported on, sometimes parang mysterious yung circumstance na bakit may naghihilaan, bakit may parang dinukot. So parang there's always that fear.
I remember that first story na
Right?
parang may van na kinuha sa Makati yung babae and it turned out two Pogos.
And then sometimes parang the story just disappears into the news cycle. So parang I think there was always that concern, but maybe the political circumstances then were different, right? Because you had the person in Malacanang, you know, I wouldn't want to say, I don't want to venture out and saying protecting, but being supportive of this.
He encouraged them. He welcomed them. Even if I remember the finance secretary of Duterte at that time was really against having all these Pogos and pointing out na wala naman talagang balik economically because hindi naman, ang napoprovide ng trabaho, hindi naman mga Filipino.
Yeah.
And then, the social
Exactly.
effects kasi, di ba? I remember na nung they were being rowdy, the Chinese workers in Las Piñas, tas may nagreklamo sa mga barangay officials. Binugbog pa nila yung mga barangay tanod, yung mga ganun. And even now, you will hear complaints about condominiums, for example, in Parañaque, na, or mga,
Being run
the
down.
multinational village issue, di ba, na ang mga nakatira puro Chinese and they are throwing their weights around.
Yeah. And the difficult part especially of that is, I mean, isang issue na kung legally pumasok, may talamak din yung reports even then of fake passports or fake visa, sometimes fake passports. In fact, until now yung DFA parang in response to what they've monitored na which is actually scarier, they're legitimate visas issued by the Philippines, but they were fraudulently acquired. Right? So, official siya na it was given by the DFA, baka there were lapses, baka there were cases of corruption or whatever, pero it's an authentic visa to enter the Philippines, right? But when they double-check, parang wala pala silang finances to fund a vacation in the Philippines. So, as a response, the DFA is now stricter with issuing visas, particularly to Chinese nationals. Yung reklamo actually narinig namin ko from someone from the Chinese embassy is that it's harder to get a visa into the Philippines. Parang yung reference was parang lately mahirap. So that implies under Marcos. So these are for legitimate tourists. It's more difficult for them. Ngayon parang they tweaked it into it's gonna be easier if you're in a group, which implies dapat legitimate tourist group yung pagpasok nyo doon. So syempre, yung backdrop nito is the rising tensions between the Philippines and China. Very different from
the context
geopolitical and the
military
domestic political situation under the previous president, right? Tapos naalala ko lang kanina, yung isa sa mga concerns na ni-raise, dati pa actually, nung ginugol ko nga si Mig Zubiri, si former Senate President Mig Zubiri pala, he was calling on the removal of, because we have in several military camps, we have Chinese-made telecommunication towers in them. Wala pang orders to remove them, but there have been calls to remove them. Yung solution na lang so far ng AFP is to order na hindi na pwedeng dagdagan. So kung anong meron doon, status quo muna.
That's lame.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a bigger question of the Philippines' readiness in securing our cyber and information spheres, right? We're lagging way behind, and in fact, parang yung Bamban na case, di ba? May direct connection kasi may suspicions that that compound was used for surveillance, right? Surveillance and
Hacking.
even hacking. And as our viewers have seen, parang sunod-sunod na nahahack yung mga government agencies natin, like dominoes falling, right? And I was talking to an expert before, kahit sabihin ng government agency, no, it's okay, parang nothing was seized. Like, that's not really true.
Yes, exactly.
Kasi the fact na nakapasok sila sa sistema nyo, you're compromised. You can never tell kung anong kinuha. And you know, that's everything to do like with the West Philippine Sea. We have elections upcoming, so sanga-sanga na siya. Tas last na lang, to connect to, this is tangential to the Alice Guo na hearing, but at the same time that the mayor faced the Senate, in another hall, nag-hearing naman yung ibang committee to investigate the wiretapping allegation against the Chinese embassy. I think we can still call it an allegation kasi hindi pa siya investigated formally, but the former Westcom commander, said na wala siyang consent, kinonfirm niya na totoo yung telephone call, therefore, it was a case of wiretapping. So parang siyang perfect storm of all this distrust.
And you have to remember, yung sinasabi mo na napasok yung military infrastructure natin. During Duterte's time, di ba, ang DILG entered into a contract to install CCTV cameras in all the 42,000 barangays across the country. Chinese CCTVs. Parang, what were we?
No, and even state media had a cooperation MOU with Chinese media also na parang, which is technically it's still continuing until now, although parang hindi na binabalita, hindi na natin nagpapadala in recent months. So parang,
and now they discovered student visas. I mean, coming.
That's another issue now, and I think that's a deeper story kasi parang the DFA parang hindi pa clear yung sagot nila doon kasi it's not just the consular services of the Philippines, right? Halo-halo na yan. The LGU, like, are there issues within the LGU level also? It's tricky given the political situation. But I also want to point out that there have also been concerns about xenophobia, whether intentional or accidental. And I feel, not to defend it, I mean, there's no way to defend it, pero parang madali din kasi madala. Because of very legitimate concerns sa security and information sphere natin, very legitimate concerns of the West Philippine Sea. So parang, it's a tricky balance to, be very cautious, but also be very careful about naman not pushing the Philippines into, full xenophobia amid this all.
Kaya lang yung balance din kasi doon is when against it naman kasi may nakikita kang mga indications that will truly make you suspicious. For example, yung sa Cagayan, talagang andon yung best schools and courses that you want to take, and it's a coastal province, overlooking.
And not to mention, it's close to the. I mean, the LGU have downplayed, I think, hindi malayo kami sa EDCA sites, but it's still a strategic area.
Exactly.
And talking about Bamban, hindi ko alam kung exact proximity niya, but it's also close to bases, right? Like,
That's right.
kung surveillance lang, like a sleepy town
It is.
Yes,
would imaginably be a convenient place
Yes.
to settle your operations. Like, no one would think.
Yes.
It's not something you can brush aside and say, hindi, magagaling lang talaga yung universities natin. Oh, wala namang tayong question doon. Pero for them to specifically choose a university in Cagayan, tas lahat sila andun. We also have to look at it from in the context, na, the international context. Na, for example, sa Japan, they recently did a survey and they realized na may mga private properties around the self-defense forces installations na nabili na ng foreigners. Yung mga ganun, parang, and I'm sure sa ibang bansa meron din ganun. So parang, so hindi mo siya pwedeng sabihin na it's something we can look at in isolation, diba? But during the pandemic, a lot of the POGOs left. But bakit andito pa rin itong mga na-raid na to?
Well, actually, there was a report that I couldn't just verify. And it's really hard to verify it. But during the Clark raid last year, a source told me that there was a flight na nangyayari noong pandemic where about 1,000 Chinese arrived in Clark International Airport without visas and without passports. I've been trying to verify it at that time because very alarming. Why yung 1,000? Saan to? Ito ba yung nasa Pogo? Ito ba yung nasa Sun Valley at that time? I couldn't. No one wants to speak about it. I
But
don't.
that is papasok. I thought nga lumabas na sila. So bakit
Yes.
meron pa din?
Yes.
Siguro yung issue din dun, kasi nga, may mga fraudulently acquired visas and worse even, fraudulently acquired passports. So like, does the government even have an accurate count of who came in? Therefore, how can we even check if they've actually all gone out of, exited the Philippines? So parang, and just to add din pala, this is also very much a concern of China. Like, China also takes it seriously kasi kadalasan din, biktima din yung sarili nilang citizens, right? Of the scams connected to POGO. So this is one of the arenas where, in fairness, the Philippines and China can actually work together, and it stands to benefit both countries to work together.
But after they wiretapped our general, parang,
Well, that's a question that the DFA has to answer
yes.
there. Yeah.
And is it something, is it an idea that working together with the Chinese government on this, is it an idea that's that easy to sell? Kasi if you will look at the regular surveys done by polling firms, China is the least trusted country among Filipinos.
It doesn't help that they're not making things easier in the
Yes,
West
exactly.
Philippine Sea, even just to
Exactly.
talk. Like, we don't naman expect them to suddenly wake up and say, actually, inyo na pala, okay na pala. I mean, hindi mangyayari yun, pero parang, which makes it harder for the DFA nga to somehow continue relations. When the DFA says we cannot completely cut communication ties, perhaps POGO is one reason na parang,
Because we have to address this.
we have to, in some ways, we have to work with them. Kasi citizens sila yung involved, citizens nila yung victim, so parang,
So to the extent na may pwedeng gawin, are our authorities doing enough to address the issues at hand? Siguro the security na yung influx ng Chinese, the fake passports, and na point out sa Senate yung how easy you can get a birth certificate because of late registration. And then, there's also the complicity of local government units na parang, even if Guo was not mayor, for example, parang, paano nakakuha ng permit sa LGU, yung ganun, parang, hindi, parang PAGCOR pala, is required to just deal with the municipal government or city government, hindi dadaan dun sa provincial government, which has authority over the municipal
Decentralized
mayors,
siya.
diba? Oo, and then, And then yung in terms of sa election naman, yung qualification ng mga tumatakbong mayor, di ba? Ang daming butas na nakita sa ating mga batas. So, yun. Are the authorities doing enough after all that we've discovered sa hearings na ito and our research?
Actually, parang yung next question talaga ngayon is what's next? 'Di ba? Kasi after nitong hearing, I mean, itong hearing kasi ng Congress, both the House and the Senate, in aid of legislation, hindi sila pwedeng, alam mo, ipakulong siguro, ipa-deport and whatnot. Hindi sila yun eh. I mean, they're doing this to amend laws and mag-file ng mga measure. Pero hindi natin nakikita, like for example, itong jurisdiction nitong kay Mayor Guo, na ano yung papel ng SOLGED, Solicitor General, ano yung action niya now, given na ito na nga yung naging developments. And yun ngang, for example, itong kay COMELEC chair, ministerial lang kasi siya eh. 'Di ba? Like nag-submit ng
Hindi naman siya
ng ano,
fact-checker.
ng fact checker na, 'di ba? Parang so ngayon na-discover niya to. Anong susunod na?
Di ba parang, eto po yung COC ko, alien ka ba?
Alien
Hindi
ka,
naman pwedeng
yan
ganun,
para
no?
i-ganon.
But in fact, I'd like to point out actually that when the COMELEC chairman said that ministerial yung duty to accept the filing of a candidate, siya din actually yung sumundot na if you want to question the
Yeah.
citizenship, it
Someone
should be the SOLGED,
SOLGED,
di ba?
yeah.
If you have issues, it should be the DILG.
Yeah.
Tapos saka lang kumilos. So the DILG removed her control of the local police and then the SOLGED said, iimbestigahan niya. But I don't know kung tumakbo na yun.
Siguro pasahan ng bola to. Pero I Google just to make sure. Marcos has not actually said anything clear kung anong gusto niya sa Pogos. His team referring to the former Finance Secretary Benjamin Jokno said he wants it out. There have been calls, including of his allies, to end it in the Philippines. Pero parang siya, wala pa siyang clear on the record stand. And given how complex this is, right? It involves the consular service of the FA, the LGUs, the ALG, the police, my gosh, the Justice Department, NBI, etc., PAGCOR, which is under him. Kung ano-anong units yung involved, I mean, if the president wants...
At hindi tayo nagkukulang sa data, no? There've been a few studies saying na wala talagang economic return
Yes.
yung presence ng Pogo. Tapos, Joanne, I remember in one of when Risa Ontiveros visited the raided properties, tinanong mo yung ano na, so anong end game? Parang basta raid tayo ng raid, pero anong end game?
Yes,
What did she tell you nga?
At that time, Senator, it was a short briefing with the media. So tinanong ko siya, ano pa pong inihintay natin? Bakit hindi niya pa ito mapasara? And then she said, ang directive ay manggagaling sa executive.
Yeah.
That's why kailangan siyang i-investigate in aid of legislation as well. Apart from that, sabi nga ni Yusek Gilbert Cruz ng PAOK, ito lang, no, hindi lang tayo raid ng raid. We're trying to also learn how to study the transnational organized crime because apparently it's a transnational organized crime that's happening. And that's what they are trying to push for, to stop the Pogos eventually. But hindi lang nga basta-basta to ihinto without the study. That's where everything else comes in. And hopefully, by the time the end of this Senate hearing, as well as the investigation with Mayor Alice, hopefully meron ng end directives from the executive.
Yeah, so to be clear, no, kasi ito yung sinasabi ng mga tagapagtanggol ng Pogo sa kani Mayor Guo. Yes, meron pong nagtatanggol sa kanila. Na hindi nalilihis si Senator Ontiveros at si Senator Gatchalian dun sa purpose ng hearings, no, in aid of legislation na para makapagbuo ng mga nararapat na batas. So, what have they found so far in terms of laws and amendments needed?
We have the Recolo. When I was doing a story during the visit of Senator Risa Ontiveros and Senator Sherwin Gatchalian at the Baofu compound, I was checking on the Recolo by, I think it was authored by, if I'm not mistaken, the late Miriam Defensor Santiago. At hanggang first reading lang siya. It's about the transnational organized crime or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Pero it's going there. Apparently, hanggang dun lang tayo sa first reading. And I asked PAOK if they're working on something like that. Regulation or whatsoever that they needed during the raids and after that or the post-raid. Sabi nila they are trying to draft similar to Reco law. So far, I think they were also, if I'm not mistaken, during one of the visits with Senator Risa at that time, they were also asking them already if this is the way to go, yung Reco law.
Yung bill ni Gatchalian to ban the pogos.
Yeah, actually very recent to. Last week lang yung nag-file siya ng bill seeking to outlaw Pogo. So basically ito,
How does he intend to do that?
yeah, i-repeal niya yun, hindi na itatax. Kasi di ba under former President Rodrigo Duterte, merong tinatawag na Republic Act number 11590. So ito yung parang nagli-legitimize sa Pogo. So, of course, Duterte leaned close to China and often cited the economic benefits of allowing Pogos in the country.
Na wala
So there's
pala.
a law. So basically, yung bill ni Gatchalian, i-repeal yun. Natatanggalin na talaga na hindi naman talaga nakaka-contribute economically itong Pogo. Sa House kasi napasa na yung pagbaban. Pero sa Senate kasi ngayon, divided.
Hello, Senators.
Divided sila at hindi siya umuusad. So, 'di ba, para makikita din naman natin siguro yung composition, there are senators who are close allies of the former president and yun. So, hati talaga. That's why hindi talaga siya umuusad sa Senate. Bicameral tayo, so they have to
Sige.
come together.
And finally, what do we do with the mayor? I mean, of course, kasi we were expecting that she would make counter moves, di ba? Kasi hindi pa tapos yung investigation sa kanya. And what can government and concerned citizens do if they feel she shouldn't be holding public office? And what should be done with the Baofu property and the Pogos there?
I asked Governor Susan Yap yesterday, what if ibigay yung property sa inyo, i-turn over sa provincial government? What will you do with it? And then she said, we need, the Tarlac State University needs more campuses.
May naisip na siya kaagad.
Sabi niya. Oo. Or maybe a hotel, sabi niya. But I also asked PAOK, because the facility is now with PAOK
But
under
it's still a
custody.
private property kasi,
It is.
di ba?
It is po. And yun nga, they were also saying at that time during one of the opening of the vaults when I asked, anong gagawin dito sa buong property? Sabi nila, maraming pwedeng gawin sa property. Pwede nga itong i-turn over sa TESDA, pwedeng gamitin na sa a school, a university. Ang dami daw pwedeng gawin because it's a big facility and it's a big property. Although it's still private, but there are plans and they're thinking
University,
of...
tas ang mag-enroll yung mga galing sa China. Katulad ng nangyari sa Cagayan. Sige lang.
Yes, so ayun nga, but hopefully the way to go with such facilities like that, and it's not just in Bamban, there are other facilities like sa Pasay is also empty. They're buildings and ang daming pwedeng gawin, and I'm not sure if or how can the government turn it over from private to public. But they're also thinking about it, and hopefully they can be of use for the people in their community para naman may makagamit nung I mean, all of a sudden there's tall buildings like that and it's very unusual.
And the mayor will definitely run for re-election, right?
Yes, she expressed already that she's running for 2025.
Sure na siya, no?
And the resident or her constituents, most of them actually wala pa akong nakausap na hindi siya iboboto.
Talaga.
Yes.
But of course, because of what has been discovered about her background, she could also be the subject of disqualification complaints, no, because of her citizenship. So, we're expecting, ano yung buwan sinasabi mo? baka biglang merong fake
Yeah, baka biglang kasi
Amelia
diba, parang,
Leal mother na
she's claiming sa Senate hearing na kasi naka-hinge yung citizenship niya sa
mother,
mother.
oo.
So kasi yung father, clearly Chinese talaga siya. So meron na lang biglang Amelia Leal na hindi natin matagpuan kung nasaan siya kasi wala siyang government records at all. Wala siyang birth certificate, wala siyang marriage certificate. Though yung mga birth certificate ng mga supposedly anak, naka-indicate na nanay siya and married daw.
pero iba-iba yung
Iba-iba
dates
yung
ng
date
marriage.
ng marriage. And then wala din siyang death certificate. So hindi pa siya patay. So ano nangyayari, di ba? So ayun, tingnan natin what's going to happen kasi magkakaroon ng executive session. So that's sila lang. And then followed by another public hearing. So doon natin makikita kung ano yung kung haharap ba doon yung Amelia Leal. Baka magka-Amelia Leal.
Do you think na it's not beyond her and her camp na biglang mag-produce ng
Amelia
Amelia Leal?
No, this story has had very strange twists.
Twist. So, yeah. We really
Baka
cannot
busy pa yung ano niya, yung PR niya at mga lawyers training na isang Amelia Leal is haharap sa Senate. Imagine how. And then actually just kanina lang, siguro around noon, sa press briefing ni Senator Sherwin Gatchalian. So siya na mismo yung nagtanong-tanong daw. I mean, siguro hindi man siya. Baka mga tao siya.
Sa Valenzuela.
Yeah, sa Valenzuela kasi
may address sa Valenzuela.
may address sa
diba?
Valenzuela na interestingly, may Wen Yilin na Chinese na sinasabi nila business partner lang pero same residence with the Guo family. I mean, di ba? Bakit?
And in several businesses, di ba?
In several businesses. So parang ginawa ni Sherwin Gatchalian, which siguro yung staff niya, nagtanong-tanong doon, kilala niyo ba to? Si Wen Yilin. So apparently, nung tumira daw yung Guo family sa Valenzuela, ang pinapakilala daw sa mga kapitbahay, nanay, si Wen Yilin. Walang Amelia.
Okay.
'Di ba? So parang dito mabubuo 'yun. So kung ma-prove na Chinese talaga yung nanay, which is si Wen Yilin nga. Ito na, disqualification na to.
qualified
'Di ba?
to,
She's not
hold
qualified.
public
Yeah.
office.
So baka dito na mag-a-anchor, 'di ba? Na bigla siyang possible ma-deport na siya dito, right? Tama ba? Yeah.
Sige. Thank you, Sa. I won't call this Marites. No? Thank you, Joanne Bonsenbea, for the unique perspectives you've shared, given how closely you followed the issue. So, hindi pa po tapos ang kwento ni Mayor Guo at ng mga illegal na Chinese pogo sa bansa. In fact, this could be in your neighborhood, no? Rappler will not only be following the investigations, but will be conducting our own piecing of the puzzle together in the coming days and weeks. So we invite you to download the Rappler community app for the latest news and in-depth reports on these issues. You can scan the QR code if you're downloading on iOS, Android, or your desktop. And then beside the news tab, you will see the communities tab where you will find chat channels that you can join for free to engage with other members who share your interests. You have been watching Newsbreak Chats. This is Miriam Grace Go. See you again next time.